The news says the market is fine. Experts say that it's just a slowdown. Forget national headlines or international headlines. Real estate is local, baby. And what I'm seeing on the ground right now is setting off major alarm bells for myself and many, many other brokers. Hey guys, I'm Lucas Smith, your local real estate expert. We're talking about specific triggers that could lead to a huge drop in home values. Stay with me all the way till the end, and I'll give you my number one financial fire escape strategy. Sign number one, the shadow inventory deception. So you might be asking, what is shadow inventory? Well, homes that are bank owned or in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure status, but are being deliberately held off the market. The banks aren't foreclosing yet. They're slowing down the process because they don't want to have a bunch of homes hit the market and create a panic and a price drop. Instead, by doing this, holding these homes off the market and keeping them from foreclosing, the banks are creating a scarcity in home availability, in homes for sale, and therefore keeping the prices high. How do you spot it? Well, look for a rising number of Liz pendants filings or notice of default filings in the public record. Even while active inventory seems stable, this for sure is a canary in the coal mine. Sign number two, the collapse of junk mortgages and HELOCs. For the last 2 years, people have been using their home equity like an ATM with record high number of HELOCs or home equity loans going out. And not everybody's paying these back in a timely manner. Now, with insecurity in the job market, job losses ticking up, and people being uncertain about the economy, a lot of these mortgages are coming due and people aren't able to pay the piper. Defaults on these secondary mortgages are always the first domino to fall, and it generally takes months and months for this to show up in the housing data. Also, we're seeing a rise of risky loans. This is mirroring what led up to 2008, right? Banks, lenders, lending institutions were doing things that they called liar loans, right? Now, when the person giving the loan calls it a liar loan, you know something's wrong. Basically, somebody could walk into a bank, state that they made a certain amount of income, and with absolutely no verification, the bank would give them a loan based on that. Not that they're doing that yet, but we're seeing a rise in these risky loan practices that Frank Dodd was designed to prevent. Well, now it's taken years and years, but lenders are finding ways around them. And we're seeing some of those sorts of products coming back into the lending market. Why? Because they're lucrative, because lenders make a lot of money on them. Sign number three, the investor exodus. That's right, watch for investors getting out of the market. Big institutional investors like Blackstone are getting out of the market. And small-time Airbnb owners, people who rely on these rental incomes in a good economy, are going to be the first ones to run for the door. Because these institutional investors and these business investors, they have zero emotional attachment to the property. It was a business proposition from them from the get, and once the business is bad, they're out. How do you track this? Well, look for a spike in listings in high rental area zip codes, right? If the listings are going up, that means people are getting out of the rental market. Sign number four, the stale listing epidemic. Look, go back to your favorite real estate portal and look for homes that have been sitting on the market. I will tell you that just a few months ago, the average days on market was about 21 to 28 days on market. Now we're seeing homes with 30, 60, 90, 180, 360 days on market. And those numbers of those homes that are sitting on the market are growing. And guys, I'm here to tell you, this is not normal. This shows a huge gap between seller expectations and what buyers are willing to pay. Sign number five, the builder panic. Look, builders have a huge overhead. And when they have homes sitting in their inventory, it's no bueno. Builders cannot afford to have homes sitting in inventory unsold. So we're going to see some signs from them. First, we're going to see price incentives, massive price cuts. We're going to see them paying all of your closing costs, as well as we're going to see them over-incentivizing your realtor to bring you as a buyer. Now, when the market's crashing and everything's going downhill, they start paying agents more money to bring you as a buyer into their new build. We'll also see builders buying down interest rates to impossibly low numbers, right? Where it's an interest rate so good, you can't afford to pass it up. It's because they want to get those homes sold and they're willing to buy your rate down to a rate that's affordable for you. What they're doing here is they're desperately trying to offload all of that inventory that they're holding on to before they have to report huge losses to their Wall Street investors. Because guess what? Once you have to start reporting losses to your investors, you're done, baby. Okay, so here it is, my hot tip, your financial fire escape, if you will. If you have significant equity in your home and you're worried that the market crash is going to impact you, take out a home equity line of credit now and don't spend it. Just put it aside, pay the interest for a few months. And that way, if you lose significant equity in your home, you'll still have that cash as a backup or as a second plan. As values start to slip and slide and go lower and lower and lower, your lending institution is going to stop offering these HELOCs, these home equity line of credit. So we need to do whatever we can to get that money out and secure it so that you have it if you need it. Like with all my videos, it's never about fear mongering, right? You guys know me. I'm not a fear mongering type of person, but this is just about being aware of what's going on in the market and protecting yourself. If you guys see these signs, these things going on in your neighborhood, and you want to protect your asset, your biggest asset, give me a call. Let's talk. Let's see what we can do to help you protect your biggest asset from significant depreciation. All you have to do is click the link below for a private strategy session on how to protect your equity and what to do in order to protect your biggest asset in this sliding market. If you got great information about this, or if you know somebody who needs this information, like, subscribe, share below. You guys know what to do. Hey, I'm Lucas Smith, broker owner, Sell My Home Real Estate. Thanks so much for watching.